Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Hopefully, everybody's actually still either sleeping or grocery shopping and getting ready for the holiday. But we didn't want to miss this opportunity still to do this because for Alethea and myself, this is a routine. And I do apologize. I forgot to turn on my Alexa, so you'll be hearing her today. But this is a routine for us to do this. And this is a chance for us to document our progress, not just other people's progress. And so that's why we decided, even this week, even though it is hectic and a little bit more insane than normal, with family arriving, things like that, we decided that this was important too, because the consistency aspect of any business building. I will warn everybody, we have neighbors that walk their puppies early in the morning, so you're going to hear Alexa a lot. I do apologize. I don't even think about her until she goes off. So I'm so sorry about that. So again, talking about why are we doing this, and what is the intention behind me doing this on Wednesdays. So I'm one of the founders, of course, of Pajama and Coffee Society. And then I'm also co-founder of a company that's almost 3 years old now, called Grit and King. And what we do is we are experts in visibility, strategy, and long-term goals for companies to have a real online resume. And because the reason being is there's most companies that have amazing success in the real world. They have this beautiful success and they know what they're doing. They're interacting with their clients, but then they want this online presence. And it's like learning an entire new job, not just going online nowadays. So that's where we step in. So that's a good, easy way to understand it. And the reason why I'm explaining this is not for sales reasons. I'm explaining this for networking reasons, because the whole purpose of this group is to network. So I'd like to jump it off and say that I'm going to take lead this week, and I'll explain that at the end a little bit more. I'm also a recruiter for the digital banking industry as well. So see, like most of us, we wear multiple hats, but they actually work hand in hand within my business. And so I'm very proud to say that I hold both titles at the moment. So starting out, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Wednesdays and what this means to me. So in my head and on the lives where we've been writing mastery of the middle. And this is very important to me because of one, this is actually the title of Grit and King's podcast, but it's something that we talk about a lot in business coaching and also in our accountability groups. It always comes up. And that term kind of stuck about a year ago, and I love it because mastery of the middle is basically everything from the time you set a goal to the time you accomplish the goal in your business. And the mastery part comes in with more of the mental space, more than the physical getting to a goal part. It's tough. It's really, really tough. And again, my history is that I've been on this road myself for almost 20 years, and it's still difficult. And so it's kind of like this. I several years ago made a deal with myself as an entrepreneur that I was going to stop telling myself that next week I won't be as busy, because I think that's a fallacy that we like to tell all of ourselves. And I just realized one day I was at work again as an entrepreneur, my own company, running around like crazy, and it was about this time of year. And I remembered to actually think about it. And I guess that consciousness came in. I was more conscious of it. And I made the comment that to myself, I was going to stop using that term, that next week I will not be as busy, because the reality is I will always be this busy. And good morning to everyone else as well. Thank you. I stopped saying that because the reality is my life was always going to be consistently busy, because I wanted more, because I wanted to keep growing my company. So therefore, I chose the busyness. And because I made that active choice, I had to accept the fact that life will always be busy. So that's one example for me of how I was able to overcome one of my stresses and master the middle. And so those are the kind of things week after week on Wednesdays that we'll talk about, just simple things of mastery of the middle, mental space, and how you keep going the days that you slam your computer shut and say it's impossible. I think next week I'll talk about one of my coping mechanisms But this week, we're just going to talk about what it actually is. So every Wednesday, we'll talk about mastery of the middle. And it's really important to understand that there's this shift, and you'll see it on TikTok, business coaches. Um, but until you experience it yourself, it's a little difficult to understand, as in you're in the middle of it and then you realize, oh my God, this is exactly what everybody warned me about. There's this effect of when we come up with a new idea, we come up with a new business, we get a dopamine hit. We're happy, we're excited, it's perfect. And the reason being is no one has rained on your parade. And then we make the biggest mistake, in my opinion, is going out and telling everyone. Don't. Just don't do it to yourself. When something is new and when something is beautiful and perfect and unspoiled, work on it. Put your head down and work. And the reason being is it's just like when you're pregnant and having a child, and I've used this example many times in coaching, and you tell everybody what you're going to name that child, and somebody has an opinion. It's not necessarily a bad opinion, but somebody has an opinion. Whereas when you have a child and just say, here's my beautiful baby, and here's the name, everybody just says, oh, how beautiful. They keep their opinions to themselves. I kind of believe that's the same way when it comes to building a business. You just kind of keep it to yourself for a while and put your head down and build, because no one in the entire world has the exact same vision as you do. In fact, as you grow your business, that will be true as well. Any accountability group I've been in, masterminds, any of them, I have never once come across somebody that has the exact same vision as me. Why is that? Because there is nobody else. That's me. So therefore, I don't have to worry about getting everybody else's approval. I need to focus on the business at hand, and also, does it solve a problem in the world? Does it handle stress? Is it going to be a solution for everybody that needs it, whoever my demographic is? So I spend my attention and my focus there versus getting approval from others at the beginning. And I do believe, just like having a baby, it's going to work out. So just keep it to yourself. And I think that is one of the biggest things that I had to learn about starting a business and growing a business, is realizing at the very beginning, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It can be as crazy as you want it to be. And the crazier it is, normally the cooler it turns out, and the bigger impact it can make as well. So that is one of the things that I overcame as well. So first for me was realizing that I chose my stress and I chose my busyness. My second one was realizing that I don't need anybody else's approval, especially at the very beginning. You're very welcome. I do believe that's a good point. Thank you so much. So when we first start out, everything is beautiful and grand. And I swear to God, it's like a movie. Like you've got everything working for you, because in your mind, it's beautiful and brilliant and no one has spoiled it yet. That's where we want to keep it. As we grow, the problem is that, ooh, boy, somebody slammed the door. I apologize. That there is life distractions that creep in, and somehow our loved ones, who absolutely 110% have the best intentions, kind of rain on our parade. There's no point in going through that until you can say, see it as successful. I don't care what you think. So those are the kind of things that we need to actually discuss and be very conscious of as we grow our business. Our group, the PJNC group, will be focused on many things, not just mastery of the middle, but I do want myself, I'm going to be focusing on that on Wednesdays. But besides that, we want to remember that what we're here for is networking, cheerleading, celebrating, being in our pajamas together and not being so formal, which is very weird to me. I've got to say, even when I do this, when I get ready for this, it's so crazy because I'm used to getting into my business clothes and doing my hair and makeup for a business. And this is so relaxing, and it's just us. So it's really fun, but it is a little outside of my comfort zone as well. So I realized this morning when I was getting ready, that was something that I'm addressing. This is out of my comfort zone because of the fact of the informalness of this. But I have a feeling it's exactly what we all need. So when we focus on the middle game, like I started out saying, it's everything between go and goal. Okay. I would encourage everyone this week, because again, I'm not going to stay on here long, but to sit down and really think about what it is in the master of the middle between go and goal that is your sticking points. Like for me, I was in the habit of telling myself next week won't be so busy, so therefore I shouldn't be stressed out now. I had to realign my conversation, internal conversation, to realize I choose my busyness and I choose to be busy for more. That was something that really helped me. So I would encourage everyone this week to think through what is it that you can realign to no longer stress yourself out and embrace the mastery of the middle, because that is the toughest part of the entire journey as an entrepreneur. You're in unknown territory. There is no path, there is no guidebook, there is no cavalry coming. It is just you in a lot of ways. Even if you're in a group, you have responsibilities. You have life responsibilities. You have family responsibilities. You have parental responsibilities as we get older. Everything I'm going through, we're all going through. So, therefore, that's why I'd like to take a break in the midweek and discuss it and just really kind of acknowledge that it's okay. No matter what, it's okay. Even hard days, it's okay. And so let's celebrate it together. And on behalf of myself and Alethea, who is watching but not on here right now with us, I would love to say that this has been the kickoff of a beautiful project for us. And I do have one more thing to talk about. As I said earlier, that I would discuss is that I am going to myself kick off this whole let's network and do better part. That this weekend I will be sending a DM to everybody who has already accepted to be in the group, just to go ahead and be able to network through, meet people, and get them involved on our Friday lives. So, as a recap, Mondays, Alethea is going live, and she's going to be talking more about the balancing self care part of being an entrepreneur. On Wednesdays, midweek, we'll be talking about mastery of the middle. And then Fridays, our discussion that right now it's just myself and Alethea will very soon turn into roundtable discussions with other female entrepreneurs. We've already been inquiring and getting a lot of amazing feedback and also volunteering, saying that people want to be a part of this. And I'm very, very proud and happy of that with that. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then in between, like for example, on Wednesdays today, in just a little while, we're going to have our first post put out about one of the group members and a spotlight that we'll be doing every Wednesday to show off some of the beautiful talents of the women in this group. We are privileged that we know some of the women in this group already just because of working with them in other business circumstances, accountability groups, school even. But I want the world, and especially this group, because it's very, very important for all of us to know each other better, not to be just one of the numbers in a Facebook group. So today's the kickoff of that. So we're very excited about that as well. And the person that is going to be featured in the spotlight will be joining us in one of the lives in the next couple of weeks and on one of our podcast episodes. That's part of our deal, that when we spotlight them, we'll make them visible so that everybody else can get to know them the way that we do. So again, as a reminder, if you would like to actually partake in that, please DM Alethea or myself, and we'll go ahead and send you out the questions and get your email address to share with everyone. But it's just supposed to be a nice show of support to all the beautiful women in this group. So everybody have a happy, happy holiday. Definitely eat way too much good food tomorrow, because, it's the one day a year. It doesn't count. Well, one of the few. So make sure that you get a chance to do that. I am actually, it is 8:15 in the morning, of course, where I'm at. I'm going to be making 4 desserts right now for tomorrow before my next business meeting. So that's the balancing act for my day. And I'm looking forward to the desserts that I am making, but I can't eat them today. They're for tomorrow. But I hope everybody else gets a chance to do something fun. For me, baking is very fun. Everybody gets to do something enjoyable today because, family, it means busyness. So please take some time to self-care today. Do something completely selfish, even if it's just sitting still, meditating for a couple of minutes. And remember that we're all in this together. So none of us are alone. We all have each other, and have a beautiful holiday. And I will see you back on Friday morning with Alethea. And we will be discussing some amazing new projects that are coming out very soon, too. Again, that everybody can participate in, because that's what we're here for. Have a lovely day. Happy holiday. And I'll see you on Friday.